guys, this is the Peared podcast. I'm Elysia, your dietitian.
And I'm Andrea, your medical doctor. Welcome. We are going to be discussing everything to do with health and nutrition and wellness and how to live your healthy lifestyle.
Done.
Is that it? So like, how many times have you achieved your New Year's resolution?
Oh my word.
Yeah.
Wait, what are your New Year's resolutions though?
So I just want to be able to fit into the clothing.
I think that's everyone's thing. No, that's mine as well.
Okay, let's start.
I
Oh,
thought
we were starting.
I didn't know we were starting.
Just talk about it. I've been in
Yeah.
like
Oh, okay. Okay, so we are speaking about New Year's resolutions.
Yeah. So
Don't
what were
sound
your
nice, just talk about it.
what were your resolutions? What are your New Year's 2025 New Year's resolutions?
I want to feel strong. I think that's like the most important thing for me. Just to feel strong and able to do anything. So not so much,
cool.
not so much like a number on the scale.
Yeah.
Because I know that we always get, focused on that. But that's not realistic, and it's not an overall like summary of how healthy you are.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And
But
yours?
mine was definitely to lose weight.
Okay.
Because we're going to Thailand, so
How are you?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I tell you.
You didn't confirm.
So we're going to Thailand, so I was like, okay, we need to look good for Thailand. So one of mine was to lose weight.
Okay.
Um,
And how do you plan on doing that?
so, you get like serious and unserious weight loss people. Like we're gonna do weight loss, but we're gonna be serious about it this year. Like the
Okay.
previous, I feel like everyone's like, oh, let's do weight loss, but then no one's really serious about it. Well, I can't say no one. There's people who are serious and there's people who aren't serious. So for serious weight loss, we're gonna do calorie counting.
Okay.
Energy
Going back to
deficit,
that.
literally. That's how you're gonna lose weight. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's been
energy,
proven.
exactly. Energy
Yeah.
deficit, counting your macros, and exercise. Like
Yeah.
exercising really well. I mean, I'm a dietitian. I can't really speak much about exercise,
Yeah.
but I know 30 minutes a day. If it's a good
Workout.
moderate, heavy exercise, then
Yeah.
you're good. You're gonna lose the weight.
Yeah. So I know like a good number to aim for would be 150 minutes, just as
yeah.
an in between a week.
A week, yeah. So
Yeah.
that would amount to like 30 minutes a day.
which is a good amount because not everyone has an hour. So, I mean, for myself, I get up early in the morning and then I try and push 30 to 40 minutes. If I'm lucky and I got up earlier and didn't snooze like 5 times, then I can maybe get an hour. But yes, that's a good realistic goal to aim for, is the 30 minutes per day. But also 30 minutes per day for 5 days. It doesn't have to be all 7 days. And just gradually increase it.
Yeah, as long as 3 days out of your 5 days are like strength training. Because by building muscle, you're going to lose fat.
Exactly.
Because your muscle needs energy.
Exactly.
So, and then the 2-3 days could be your cardio.
Exactly.
Just endurance.
Yeah,
making
no.
sure you're working that heart muscle.
Yes, and also you find that if you exercise, you are more inclined to, eat well
exactly.
and stay on track with other aspects which will, improve your health overall.
Exactly.
So, because you're a dietitian, tell me more about calorie counting and calorie deficit.
Okay, so I know calorie counting is like very daunting to people because
Okay.
you don't know how to do it,
Yeah.
right?
People don't want to weigh their food.
Exactly, and it's cumbersome. You have to like weigh every portion of food that you want to eat when you're cooking it, because most of it is the calories you're counting are cooked food, right? Now, do you weigh it before? Do you weigh it after?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you? Do you weigh it before or after?
You weigh it after, like
Okay.
cooked rice. If I'm gonna do 150 grams of cooked, no one does that.
Okay,
I mean,
so
that's
it
a
should
lot of
always be
rice.
cooked. That's a good advice, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually not a lot of rice. I'm thinking 150 grams and not like bowls. But
Okay.
Yeah, so all cooked food is what you measure, not uncooked food.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I know calorie counting is a lot, but there's a lot of apps you can use that help. Like, you just put in the food type and it will calculate the calories for you.
You just need to do the weighing.
You literally just need to do the weighing.
That's the thing. So before you go to, calorie counting, you first need to know your maintenance, right? So that's like maintenance. You're not going to lose or gain weight, like what you just need in order to survive. But then the calorie deficit, I mean, you do it on a more tricky maths equation that
we use
us mere mortals don't know.
Yeah, we use a lot of different calculations or equations. Some of them, like, just to name, Harris, Benedict, Schofield, Mifflin, but all of them we use for different reasons.
Okay.
So, but technology is amazing these days. You could literally just download an app, which is one of the apps that are really good is MyFitnessPal.
Yeah.
And then there's also calorie calculators that you can use to calculate. You just put in your information, which is your weight, your height, all of those things.
Your sex. Everything.
Your sex, your age, which is really important.
Yeah, because everyone's different.
Exactly.
So it uses these calculations, these equations, and then gives you a number so that you know what to work within.
Exactly. So, and also the calculators, it gives you it will ask you how much weight do you want to lose.
Yeah.
Okay, but weight loss needs to be realistic. We can't be like, I want to lose 5 kgs in this month.
Yeah.
Because that's going to mean you're really eating like nothing.
And then you're just going to binge and gain it back the next month.
Exactly. It's not sustainable at all.
So realistic goal setting, now that we're in the month of January, we need to have realistic goal setting so that it's achievable but also maintainable.
Yeah.
So what would we say would be a realistic weight loss per week?
So per week would be 0.5 to 1 gram.
Okay.
Gram.
Kg. I'm like, well, that's like nothing.
0.5 grams to kg.
Yeah,
sorry, that's 500 grams.
Yeah, so half a kg.
So half a kg to 1
kg per
a
week.
Yeah. Yes, that's realistic. So that's 2 kgs a month.
Yeah. Okay, that maths. That's possible.
So that's like super achievable if you're counting your calories and you're exercising. And then also just watching the types of foods you eat, because I think this is also something people get wrong.
Yeah.
I'm counting my calories, but I'm not eating healthy foods. Okay, so that can put you at risk of other diseases.
Yeah, so we don't only want to lose weight, we want to do it in a way that's healthy.
Exactly.
Where you are overall getting your macros and your micronutrients, which comes from a varied diet. And also be full for longer, which means eating foods higher in fiber.
100%. Fiber helps so much with weight loss.
Yeah.
It helps delete your fat. I always say that. Delete the fat.
And it's good for your gut.
Exactly.
So that you can, get a variety of fiber. It helps with your gut microbiome, which speaks to the brain, and we'll go into that in the next episode.
Your gut is your first brain. But
right, exactly. So everything starts with what you decide to put inside.
Exactly.
Like your mouth, it starts there with your nutrition, and then being realistic about your goals.
Exactly.
Yeah, because if I want to lose 6 kgs, that would take about 3 months. Yeah.
Which is, it's a good amount of
time.
Exactly.
Yeah, how long did it take to pick up those 6 kgs?
Way quicker than the 3 months.
Right? But yes, anything that's worth achieving, takes dedication.
Exactly. And you're going to feel so good about yourself. Like, your body is just going to feel different. Your mind is going to feel different, everything. But counting calories isn't the only way. It's cumbersome for a lot of people. I don't even do it. Do you count calories?
I did for a while, and I think it's a good way of just becoming used to, or actually just enlightening yourself as to, okay, this potato is so many calories.
Yeah.
This glass of juice is so many calories. So you become more aware of what you consume, so that when you don't count, you still have an idea of, am I really overindulging? Or am I still within, my normal range, or maintenance at least?
It helps you with portion control, right?
Yes, because you also become, you get shocked when you realize, oh my word, no wonder I wasn't losing weight.
Yeah, because I was eating half a plate of rice with my stew or whatever.
Yeah, and I thought it was healthy.
Yeah.
Or I was having 2 handfuls of nuts, which is like over 600 calories.
It's crazy, eh?
Yeah, so even if it's healthy, realizing the energy that's within that food so that you can make the necessary, adjustments. Like you can have of it and you should have of it, but not to overindulge.
Yeah, that's true. Control. Yeah, portion control is so important because, like you said, you don't realize how much we actually eat. We actually eat a lot. So portion control is the other thing. And this is now going into, if you don't want to count your calories, you don't want to every day measure your food because you're so busy. You don't have time to measure your food. You just have time to eat it, which is most people. So portion control, important. How do you know how much to eat?
I don't know. You should tell me that part. I feel like that's a question for you.
So we use hand models.
Okay.
So this is like for the general public. If you make a fist, right, and this fist covers the part of your plate, underneath that should be your carbs. That's how much.
Okay.
So your carbs, like your rice, your pasta, whatever, this should be how much on the plate. And then if you look at your hand, this part, your palm, is the amount of protein you should have. So that's the amount of steak that should be on my plate.
Sure, it's usually double that.
Exactly, or like chicken, or whatever, or lamb, whatever you eat. And then your veggies, half the plate. Okay, so that's 2 handfuls.
Yeah.
Like that.
So majority veggies and salad and whatever.
Exactly, and that's how you're going to lose weight. So I'm Indian, so I eat curry and rice, right?
Yeah.
And how do you dish the curry and rice? You rice, curry on top. So in order for me to lose weight, I separate it. So curry on the side, rice on the side. Same with stew. Stew on the side, rice on the side. So that you're not overeating. Because depending on the size of a plate as well, I think the other thing I wanted to go in is changing the size of your plate. So you're basically tricking your mind into, okay, I ate a full plate of food, but it's actually a smaller portion. But you're like, oh, this is a full plate. I'm actually full now. That's true. Also like changing the size of your plate. And
then also just coming down to labels. Something that I've learned is, looking at the kilojoules and then working that to your calories.
So I think in South Africa, kilocalories. So the calories and kilojoules are
the same thing.
Yeah, but
so kilocalories is the same thing as calories.
Yeah.
But kilojoules, you have to divide by 4.
Yeah, 4.2. I think it's 4.2 something. So looking at the calories is way easier when you are working with calories for your calorie deficit and that kind of thing.
Because if you're in the shop and you're looking at the label and you want to decide which loaf of bread to buy.
Exactly.
You just divide by 4 to make the maths easy.
Yeah.
So that you can understand, okay, for one slice, I'm going to be eating 200 calories.
Yeah. Wait, what was your question?
I was talking about calories.
Calories.
Like as someone who might not be a dietitian.
Yeah.
Because we can talk about portion control, but what you're putting on your plate, you can still have an idea of, the calories that you're consuming from, just being aware that there is, a nutritional label that you can look at and you can understand, that if you divide it by 4 that you can have an idea.
I think there should be like a separate episode of food labels.
Okay.
Because there's a lot to break down in a food label.
Of course, yeah.
But just when you are looking at food labels, you have to look at the per 100.
Yeah.
The calories per 100 grams or whatever you're looking at, fat, protein, all of those per 100 grams. I don't look at calories as often. Because I look at protein, like how much protein is in this food or how much fat and sugar is in the food, because those are what comprises of your energy. And I want something that's high in protein. So I'm not really worried about the energy.
Yeah.
But I guess when you are calorie counting, it is important.
Yeah, for weight loss.
For weight loss.
So now if we're talking about protein, Just as a rough guide, everyone has different numbers in their heads. What would we recommend for maybe someone who doesn't exercise much, but everyone's demands are different.
Okay.
So someone who's a bodybuilder versus someone who's just an average Joe who maybe exercises once a week. What are the ranges that we're looking at?
So we're going to go from a range of 1 gram per kg to 2 grams per kg. So that start at the lower end, depending on your activity level. So the more you exercise, the higher you go with protein, because you need protein to build the muscle. So if you're not really exercising as much, start at 1 gram per kg.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So if you weigh, for instance, 60 kgs, that's about 60 grams
Of
of
protein.
protein. And if you're really working out, or your aim is to maybe become more lean and muscular, then you're going to double that.
You're going to double
120
that.
grams.
Exactly.
Exactly.
A lot of, it's very simple. But you could also go into percentages of, because that, a lot of people don't know. That's part of the calories that you've calculated for yourself.
Yes.
Part of that energy deficit per day. So you kind of have to calculate, okay, I'm going to do this amount of protein. Now, how much am I going to do for the rest of my macros? Because weight loss, you have to get in all of your macros.
Okay.
So we're going to go with your percentages of your energy. 15 to 20% of protein, 45 to 55% of carbs, and 25 to 30% of fat. And the fat you're going to eat is going to be healthy fats. So like your avocado, your olive oils, canola oils. What other healthy fats? I can't even
There's
think of
nuts.
them. There's nuts, exactly.
Yeah.
So those healthy fats is what
So
we're talking about when we're saying fats.
unprocessed,
Exactly.
whole foods as it comes from Mother Nature.
Definitely not like KFC. What are we talking about?
One
With
chip
fats.
will be double the amount of that. Just joking. Yeah, so it's always looking at the source of the food.
Exactly.
If your goal is to be healthy and lose weight, it's an overall picture. You can't just
Exactly.
look at calories. You have to look at how nutritious this food is to your body, and if it's going to actually fuel you and help with other aspects such as your cholesterol, your blood pressure. I mean, processed foods are so high in sodium, and you see a lot of patients who
Hypertensive.
it's hypertension and it's hidden sodium in all of these foods that people aren't aware of. So
The silent killer here.
that's quite a problem. I mean, it's something that we are seeing a lot more often. And
Unfortunately.
diabetes is increasing, and all of that's going on. We have to address, what's at hand and try and help people get there. Yeah, but in terms of exercise, we spoke a bit about weight training and how much you should be exercising and what type of exercising. It's so confusing, people don't know where to start, how to maintain. Not everyone has access to gyms or personal trainers or equipment. So there's a lot of barriers that people might be faced with. But some of the things that I found helpful was, looking at a program that you can follow without having to really plan your exercises. You just merely open up an app and you follow an app. And there's many free apps available. Most people have smartphones that can get apps. And exercise is such an underused thing because people think it's only for weight loss. But yet it's actually for general well-being and your health. So everyone should be exercising, not only people who want to lose weight. So if we change that mentality, like it's as important as brushing your teeth, or exercise should come naturally to us and we should want to move. But unfortunately, life has changed. People are sitting longer, no one's moving as much, sitting behind a computer for hours or not moving at all. And that's actually the silent killer. So steps is so important.
How many steps do you think?
So
per day?
There's been a few studies out, and as simple as increasing your steps by like 500 to 1,000 steps will decrease your chances of dying from, cardiovascular related deaths, so heart attacks and strokes, etc. A good range would be anything that you can handle, because not everyone has time or it's safe to do so, but just being aware that you need to move more. I like to aim for anything more than 5,000 steps. 5,000 to 7,500 steps is a great goal. Everyone talks about the 10,000 steps.
That's literally what's in my head now. It's 10,000 steps.
I think that's a good goal. And some people need 20,000 steps. So it's what you can achieve, but just, I think the bare minimum would be 5,000 steps.
5,000, yeah. So goal, 5,000 steps a day.
Yeah, something
And try and increase it.
Yes, and some days you'll do 10,000, some days you'll do 12. So, just being aware. You're not going to go out and walk until you get 10,000 steps if it's late at night.
Long.
Yeah,
it's like so long.
You have to be, a maintainable thing and something that you can actually achieve.
Yeah.
So, and then in terms of weight training, out of the exercise that you're doing, the 150 minutes per week, I just like the 150 because it's like in the middle.
Yeah.
You shoot.
So
some people do more,
Yeah.
which is great, and some people do less, which is not so great. But I think just aiming for something so that you can have a goal and a target is helpful. So I tell patients, 150 minutes, try and divide that up. Sometimes it's easier just to do it 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes each session. And then the type of exercise would be at least 2 to 3 sessions would be weight training. And then the other 2 sessions can be a bit of cardio or a nice long walk, something that can help with your cardiovascular health as well. Yeah, so weight training is excellent. I mean, it's amazing for your bones. Oh, PCOS. So how's it amazing for PCOS? What is the...
So weight training helps with hormonal balance in PCOS.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll discuss that.
In another episode.
Yeah.
For women, people think women don't want to do weight training because of... I don't know.
I feel like
the
there's a
misconceptions of
with it, like bodybuilding or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that's an old stigma.
Yes.
Because
Some
now
people
you see
still
a lot
feel
of,
that way though.
That's true. Yeah.
And to be frank, for us to even look a little bit masculine will take a lot of work. Like way more than your 150. way more than your 150 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's be
way
honest.
more.
And way more than the 10 kgs that you're lifting. Like
Literally.
to get to that.
Wait, are you lifting 10 kg?
More. But I'm being modest. Like I've worked hard to get to my 15, maybe 20 kgs.
I'm not judging.
No. Yeah, I mean, you build up.
Yeah,
for me, I never had any upper arm strength.
Yeah.
And that's why it made me quite afraid to even lift weights. Because my strength is in my legs. My arms were
For
just...
soccer.
Ballet.
Yeah.
So I think that was a fear of mine, was actually lifting weights. But feeling strong, being able to lift heavy things, being able to open some of the things that I wouldn't... a jar. Being able to open a jar. Just being strong just is so empowering.
Yeah.
And I don't think I look masculine in any way. Like, it's just... it's about balance. You can't, if you overdo it, then obviously you're going to be more bulkier. But,
And it takes a lot of dedication to get to that level.
Yeah. But the benefits of weight training, like we said, hormonal balance.
Weight loss.
Yeah, weight loss, but also the bone mineral density. I mean, women are at an increased risk of osteoporosis, as we know. As soon as they hit menopause, bone density decreases, hip fractures, number one, like in most developed countries, causes of mortality and morbidity, because old people just have a simple fall. And then, how do you recover from that? So if we work helping our bones and focusing on our bones and other aspects, not just the look or... then it creates a deeper understanding of your body, but also deeper appreciation of what you should be, honing in on.
Yeah. Okay, so that's exercise. The other thing I wanted to talk about is luxuries.
Okay. Do you like luxury?
No, I don't actually, hey.
Okay.
Like
Not a sweet
sweets.
tooth.
No, I don't really,
Okay.
hey. It's
Yeah.
weird.
We all have
Only
our
certain times.
guilty pleasures.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
like,
true.
I always, I loved Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
Oh, you do?
I did. Probably still do. Like, it's like that.
When last did you have Coke?
Yesterday. I did, after telling my baby cousin that she can't have Coke. So yeah, it is like a bit of
Andrea.
an addiction.
Yeah.
But I must have been quite good at it. Like I've
Yeah.
hardly had. That was probably the first time this year.
Yeah.
So, and for someone who would have it quite frequently, because it's hidden calories and there's so many.
It's so high in sugar.
High in
and
sugar, but
high
also all of
calories.
the other ingredients.
Exactly.
The preservatives, and
Exactly.
it's just why it's not fueling my body in the way it needs to be fueled.
Exactly. So that's something. If you decrease gradually, you'll be
Yeah.
amazed at how much weight you're gonna lose.
I know. So I actually cut it out for a good
Yeah.
few months, and I've switched it to I don't know if you've had the water from Woolies, the sparkling ones.
Oh yes, yes,
The
yes.
flavored ones with
Oh,
no
it tastes
sugar.
so good.
That's now, it's satisfying that luxury.
because it's carbonated.
The fizziness,
yeah.
but there's no sugar. So I just make sure there's always some of that there, and it's cheaper than juice.
Yeah.
Because juice is also high in calories. So for me, I feel like that's been a good substitute. So it's finding your guilty pleasures and trying to swap it out for something healthier.
Exactly. But like, not all can be swapped out. I guess.
Why? What are you
Like
thinking about?
chocolate.
Okay.
We're gonna swap it out for
Well,
a blueberry.
can't you do like dark chocolate?
You can do dark chocolate,
'Cause,
but
I
I
mean,
know people don't
like
It's
it.
difficult to go from something that's so high in sugar to like something that's very low, in sugar. Yeah. So I think with that, it comes with moderation. You have to decrease it instead of just going cold turkey.
Yeah.
Because the more you decrease it, the less you're gonna want it.
Yes, and also just finding the chocolates that are lowest in calories,
Yes.
and then just maybe having it once a week instead of every day.
Exactly.
So that you don't binge out on it if you've deprived yourself of it for months. So maybe that's your Friday night, snack. Just,
Exactly.
we all humans, we have our
Sweet tooth.
flaws. No one's perfect.
Literally.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So that's just have like a few blocks.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
3.
I must say,
I said a few. A few is different to everyone.
when I was calorie counting, I would buy the Kit Kat, the dark one.
Oh yes.
And then just have like 2 fingers, because
Yeah.
if I buy like the big block, like the big slab of chocolate, how do you have 2 blocks of
Yeah,
that? Like, It's just
exactly.
a lot to eat. You understand? So
Yes.
buying something small just seemed like I could control that temptation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a good thing to do is like portion it when you buy it.
Okay.
Do you know, like just cut it into pieces and wrap it, because a lot of people are like, you see the bar there that's open.
Yeah.
You feel like you have to finish it. But if you wrap it before,
Label it Monday,
Yeah.
Wednesday, Friday.
yeah, so if you wrap it before, there's nothing to finish because you finished your 2 blocks.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay.
I really like making desserts that are high in protein. And I know like social media is filled with all of these recipes.
Yeah.
And some come out, lovely.
Nice. Some come out
terrible.
horrible.
I mean, the one that did come out nice was I made a lovely pumpkin-based chocolate cake for my husband's birthday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it was about just under 200 calories a slice.
Oh my word, wow.
Yeah, so I mean, if you compare it to a normal
Cake.
size,
Yeah,
it's-
that's like way less.
exactly.
Yeah.
So there are options. It obviously takes more effort, but like you said, with weight loss, you get the 2 groups of people.
Serious, unserious.
Yeah.
Where do you fall? Serious, unserious.
I think I was very serious last year.
Yeah.
I dwindled a bit over Christmas, but I'm going to become serious again.
I was very unserious last year. But this year, serious. We're going to fall in that serious group.
Serious. And I think just when to be serious, you have to set yourself up for success.
Yeah.
And that's, comes with goal settings, which is maintainable. And it comes with planning, preparing, meal prepping when you have free time, so that you have that prepared meal in the fridge waiting for you. But also knowing the calorie counting has happened already. So when you are tired on a Wednesday evening, Thursday's calories are going to be this plus this plus this, and I have this amount left. So it's a tricky thing to get into. But once you take away all of the aspects of calorie counting, using the apps like you said, MyFitnessPal is one that you said, Chronometer is another one that I use.
Chronometer, I forgot about Chronometer.
And actually becoming aware of your calories.
It's very helpful.
Yeah.
I think with the meal prepping, something else is, so a lot of people do meal prep. I can't do it.
Okay.
Because I love food. So it's like I just can't see myself eating the same thing for a full week or like 3 full days.
Yeah.
But what I do is I plan my meals out throughout the week. So I know I'm going to cook this on Monday. My husband's going to cook this on Tuesday. And it goes on like that. So with that, you can't fall out because it's already put on paper, I'm going to cook this.
Okay.
So that's another way you meal prep without
Planning.
meal prep.
Yeah, it's a different way of meal prepping.
Yes,
you don't have to bulk meal prep.
Exactly.
You just do it as you like cooking.
Yeah.
Every evening, like that's therapy for you.
Yeah.
So where for others, it's
Meal prep.
It's meal prep. Cook once, eat the whole week. But it's different ways. And I think both ways can work depending on you as a person.
Exactly.
And what works for you and your family. Because some people have, a lot of mouths to feed. So
that's true,
maybe meal prepping will only last him 2 days.
2 days.
And that's okay. So finding that balance. But planning. It starts with planning.
Exactly. Keyword planning.
Planning. Writing down all of the things that you have stock, what you need to go to the shops and buy, and having a plan when you can, and cooking and preparing food. Because when there's no food, you order.
That's where you get you make poor decisions.
Yeah.
So planning, making sure you have your breakfast, lunch, and supper planned for the day.
And what about if you do decide to have an off day, or you want to go eat out, or you on the road somewhere and you can't plan, or you're not prepared? What type of advice do you give people?
A lot, health has become a thing in the world, right? So most of our takeouts, our restaurants have healthy options. So it's not like a bad thing when you're going to get takeout. It's just the choice you make when you go and get takeout. So there's grilled burgers you can go for. There's low-calorie pizzas you can go for. There's salads you can go for. I mean, I don't really buy salads.
When you go out, no.
No, never.
But it depends. Sometimes the salads are really good.
Yeah, it's like a couscous salad.
I had a seafood salad, which was really good.
Where?
It was Louwburg side.
Oh, okay. I've never had a seafood salad.
It was amazing. So it depends.
Yeah, it depends, But those are the things. Is you need to make informed decisions and healthy choices.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people know what's healthy on the menu, but you just want to go to KFC and get that
double crunch.
When you could get a grilled.
Nando's burger.
Or even at KFC, they sell grilled twisters.
Oh, yes. The twisters aren't a bad option.
Exactly. Twisters are a better option than the burger.
But the sauces are often the hidden...
Yeah, the mayo.
Yeah, the mayonnaise. So maybe asking them to not put the mayonnaise on. And you can still have your twister.
Exactly.
Or you can still have your Nando's burger. So being just aware of it.
Exactly. But also, I'm going to say the sauces come in a very small quantity. So you're not like gonna lose the plot if you go for the grilled option rather than the fried option. You know,
You have to be realistic.
Exactly.
And also, you still want to enjoy it.
exactly. We
If
don't want to
if it's
like
dry, then you're not
have this just wrap and
Yeah.
grilled chicken.
I know some people would sometimes you eat at home, so then they would add their own sauce, which is also an
Exactly,
option, like a
that's-
low calorie sauce that
Yeah.
they might have at home.
And low calorie mayonnaise.
Exactly.
We get all of this now. We're fortunate now.
There's
Yeah.
options. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of things that we've discussed, eh?
But I mean, hopefully we'll both be serious this year. Hold each other accountable.